Welcome friends, it's Anvesh Rath here, your trainer in this venture that's very important for your life. We call it a Rapid Success Blast. Well, just to make sure that you know who you're listening to, I'm just a regular guy from India, aged about 25 years, and I do full-time internet marketing. Well, that means that I make a living online. Now, let's get to the point real quick. Friends, I've noticed that there's a lot of passion, a lot of desire, a lot of wanting, a lot of zeal in people to succeed online. In fact, most people I personally meet online or offline have even tried to do something on their own, but unfortunately gave up at one point or another. Well, the reason? The reason is the hidden barrier right in our own subconscious. The funny thing that I noticed is that some of them actually succeeded online or offline, made a little bit of money, and then went back to where they started from. See, it's like some sort of subconscious barrier that's keeping people away from attaining what they really want and really deserve. This is what made me create this course based on my personal experience and whatever I've learned from my life. Alright, see, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a guru or any kind. So why should you even listen to what I'm about to say? Well, the first reason, which I think is, you should listen to me because you've already invested in this course, right? I mean, come on. Well, that's exactly not the reason. I was just kidding. See, you need to listen to me because I'm an average guy. Right? I'm an average guy. I was an average guy, and you know what? I will be an average guy. I have relatively poor command in this language that is English, and I'm creating a video series in this. So I've already retired at the age of 25 to make a full-time income right from within my home, breaking all sorts of barriers that I first thought would never allow me to succeed in my life. Well, it's not about that. And I mentioned that I have relatively poor command in English because this was a fear in me. And since you're watching this video, you already know that I pretty much overcame that barrier, that fear which was inside me, and I just break free. Okay, now here's something I want to tell you guys. This course is not about making money online. Alright, I'm not going to teach you how to make money by doing blogging or doing SEO and other stuff like that. No, this is not a money making course. It's not about focusing towards a particular niche or industry. I'm not going to tell you that a weight loss industry is better than dog food industry and stuff like that. No, we're not going to talk about that at all. Alright, and it's not about me. It's not at all about me, it's all about you and your fear. And yes, of course, I will mention certain things about myself just as reference because I went through a lot already and I'm ready to share everything, and I want you guys to take this whole thing in a very positive way. Alright? So please don't expect a how-to video or anything of that sort, because this is not a how-to video course where I would record my screen and I will show you how to build a website or how to build a squeeze page and stuff like that. Though I have included loads of resources right in this back which would help you do everything you want to do online. But like I said, the main focus over here is you, your fears, and how you can train yourself, your subconscious, to actually overcome all those barriers. Now, this is not a cleverly presented sales pitch where I would try to sell you something. Please guys, it's not something like the usual webinars and video courses where by end of the course I will tell you that if you want to do this, you gotta buy this for $997. No, it's nothing of that sort. Okay? This is just a video course which you will relish. You have to spend some time, see the whole series. I would really recommend that you see each and every video at a stretch. Grab a cup of coffee, grab your favorite drink or something, sit down, listen to the whole thing. It's not a hypnotic course or anything of that sort, alright? But flow is very important, alright? So it would be great if you could just listen or watch this whole video, the entire video in one go. That would really benefit you. That's something which I can tell you right now. Okay, now here's the deal. And let me tell you what the first three barriers of my life were. First thing, it was my family, all right, my family background. Well, they all wanted me to be an employee and not an employer. And this is not something very unique. I mean, I'm pretty sure you all have seen this, because this is what we are taught since our childhood. You know, we go to school, we are told to get some degree. We're always taught to be or to join some company which is already established and work to make someone else rich, right? So obviously the first barrier was my family background, and this is like I said, a very common scenario in most middle income group family. The second fact is that most successful internet marketers are in the western part of the world. Now this was a really stupid kind of thought which I had, but I can't, but I cannot help that, because this is something which really stopped me for a very long time, right? I mean, I used to think that I would not, if I start making money online, or if I want to do something on a global scale, then how will I be a good fit in that society, or how would I interact with people overseas, and how can I just go and meet them? Because I know that all rich marketers or all successful people meet at seminars and some kind of house parties where they share their ideas and stuff like that. So that was another fear or a barrier which was stopping me for a pretty long time. That was one thing. And the second thing, or rather the third thing, is that I had no clue about internet marketing, right? I had no freaking clue about what internet marketing is. In fact, I had no clue about what marketing is. The normal offline marketing or any sort of marketing. I had no clue how to sell things. And that's the whole thing. Because I don't hold some sort of business school degree like many of my friends flaunt so proudly, and I'm also proud of them. But just to tell you guys that I don't hold some kind of master's in the business or any kind of marketing. But yes, I can tell very proudly right now that I am a successful internet marketer who's making living online by actually selling things. And this is something which you'll need to learn. Many people say that you don't have to sell anything and you can still be rich, you can still be successful. Let me tell you one thing: we sell ourselves every minute that passes in our life. For example, if you're trying to convince someone to do something for you, or if you're trying to convince your spouse to do something for you, or if you're just telling your kids to listen to what you say, you know what, you're actually selling yourself. Selling is nothing, selling is not always selling did not really involve money and material all the time. Selling yourself or selling your talent or selling your ideas, they are all selling. I mean, even if you're giving something for free to someone, you actually have to tell them what the free thing is or what the free gift is, and you need to convince them that the free thing which you're giving is actually worth it, or else who would just take anything for free if it's not going to benefit them. So like you see, selling is an inevitable part of our life, and we need to accept that. I mean, this was something which I never knew, and I always thought that marketing is selling. You need to go, like when you hear the word selling, the first thing that flashes in our mind, at least in my mind, is like some kind of pushy salesman who's trying to sell something to meet his targets, right? And this is a very common picture. When you say sales, when you say marketing, this is the first thing which comes into mind, right? But that is not the truth. Selling is not just material or money. Selling yourself or selling your idea or selling your thoughts or your notions, everything is marketing, and it's better that you understand this as quickly as possible, and as soon as you do that, you'll be better off. Okay, so here's what happened. When I told my friends and my fellow marketers about the course, this particular course which I've designed, they were very excited. They suggested that I do the whole thing in a very professional manner in a studio by hiring voiceover artists and actors, and I decided to stay back at home. I decided to stay back at home, and I decided to record this right from my bedroom. That's basically like my small home office. See, I don't want to prove that I make a living online, or in fact a pretty good living online, by showing pictures of flashy cars and houses that I own. See, I could have done that if I wanted to, but like I said, I preferred staying back at my home and give this entire course a personal touch, so that you can feel that you're actually listening to someone by sitting in front of them. Okay? Now, here's what I did before I started to create this course for you. I sat down and I thought that what I was 3 years ago and what I am right now. Then I thought about what stopped me from being an internet marketing success for about 2 long years. Now, I honestly thought that these hindrances and the failure is all peripheral, is all at the surface level, and is created by the society and my family and stuff like that. But man, I was wrong. I really was wrong. See, I was more than surprised to figure out it was me who was stopping me from doing all these things. And I was really surprised when I saw something going on in my own company where I used to work. Let me first tell you that some of my colleagues were kicked out, and that kind of changed the way I looked at things. And let me tell you what exactly happened and what I was doing. See, I was working for an organization where I used to earn about 6% of what I generated for them. And I was happy. I was really very happy because I was generating a good amount of money. I was in a corporate job. I used to go in the morning, do my work, come back at home, work for like 14 hours a day, and all sort of things. But one day, 7 of my friends and colleagues were kicked out. Literally kicked out of the company just because the company thought that they were liabilities. And trust me on this, my friends, when I say that 3 of those 7 people were actually way more productive than I was. But you know what the fault was? They were 15 years older than me. And heck, they needed this job more than I did. I mean, they were experienced. They were serving this company for like over 7, one of the guys was actually serving this company for like over 7 years. 2 of them were serving this company since past 4 and 5 years, I guess. So, I mean, this is the game. And people say that working for someone else in the corporate world is a secure job. But that was a real job. So it's not like I'm a school or college dropout who's just start making money online. Like there are many internet marketers right now who claim that they do so. I'm not one of them. All right, I was a very conventional man. I did my degree. I went to school. I got my degree. I'm technically sound because I'm an engineer. So I went ahead. I joined a company where I used to work, and things were fine. I mean, it's at least it seemed that everything was fine at the surface level. Okay, but this is what happened. Now, I didn't play God by offering them my job. 7 of my friends who were kicked out. No, I didn't play God by offering them a job to help them, because I mean, I cared more about myself, my my mom, my dad, right? I'm not married yet, but still, I have a family, right? Yes, and I was worried about that salary. Yeah, the same 6% of the generated profit salary I was talking about. See, but I'm so proud now that I actually helped them. Unfortunately, not when they exactly needed my help the most, but still, I'm glad that I was able to help them out. Alright, so anyways, I mean that's done. So this is what changed the way I look at life. Okay, now all these videos in this series are actually very short, so I wanted to include this right away right here, because I understand, or I realize that this is kind of getting a little long, and probably many of you might be thinking it's kind of boring. But let me tell you one thing, guys, and this is the reason why I said that what you will not find in this course. See, this is not a jazzed up or a course with all kind of frills and ribbons where you will see my screen and I'm doing great things, and I'm opening my ClickBank account. I'm showing you that boom, I'm clicking on this button and I'm earning like whatever $10,000 in a day and stuff like that. No, it's not about making money online. This is even deeper. I mean, why would you make money? You want to make money because you want peace of mind. You want to make money because you want to be with your family. You want to make money because you want to spend the money with your family. That's the whole point, right? So, and I'm talking about the barriers, the barriers which are right in your own subconscious, which are actually stopping you to do all these things. And the problem here is that you're not able to realize that, and that is the reason why I'm using this word subconscious all the time, because subconscious is what makes you or breaks you. Okay, so that is it. And like I said, I'm not going to sell anything or anything of that sort. So let's really get started with what we're going to talk over here. Okay, so let's start with the pretty natural hindrance that I'm sure you will be able to connect with right away. Okay, so here is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the fear of having no money, or even worse, losing out on the money you already have. Right, see, guys, we are taught to make money for other people. Right? This is very typical middle income mindset. Right? And I would not say it's your fault, because that's exactly what happens. See, the fear of having no money is really a dreadful fear. But losing money or a job is even worse, right? So a lot of people from a lower income or middle income class family like me are always taught to go to school, get a degree, get a job, which I did, and make money from someone else, which I did, only to get paid a measly fraction of what you actually produced for them, which I got. Okay, now this can be a local company, this could be a multi-billion ISO company, it could be some sort of organization or even government. So now I want to make something very clear right away, that I have no intentions to hurt anybody's feelings or make anyone feel like a failure or a work. I know many people just claim that, but at the back end, it's always in their mind to make you feel make you feel inferior, so that you would buy something from them. And this is a very common strategy. I mean, I do copywriting myself. I'm going to confess this, that yes, when I write sales copy to sell something, I do that. I sell on people's dream. I sell on their fear. I tell, for example, if I'm selling something about blogging, right, over the internet, obviously I will go ahead and I will give you the problem. I will try to connect with you. Right, then I will tell you that what you're doing and what you should not be doing, and what I'm doing and what's making me money, and then I will make you feel inferior. I will make myself feel superior, so that when you come down and when I play the call to action, you buy something from me. And this is a universal truth. I mean, you either you hate this or you love this, but you cannot ignore this. This is how the thing rules, right? But not in this course. No, I have no intentions to make you feel inferior. In fact, I think you might be even superior to me or anyone else for that matter. Here we're going to discuss about the subconscious things, and I'm so confident that this course is gonna benefit each and every one who's actually watching this video and has invested in this course, because your conscious mind might think that everything is working great in your life, but your subconscious might not be the same. I mean, that is the whole point here, right? This is the reason we are talking about subconscious. Cool. All right, so I'm going to talk about this guy, or I'm just going to talk about a line about this guy named Robert Kiyosaki, who tells about the mindset of a middle-income group family in his book. The book's called Rich Dad and Poor Dad. I have no affiliation whatsoever with this kind of book, with this particular book, but yes, I've read that book. It's a pretty neat thing, so I would suggest you go Google and find the book. The name again is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, written by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, now let's start to train our subconscious. Okay, what is subconscious mind? Great question, right? Well, let me tell you first. The subconscious has no definite definition. I mean, you can go and search in dictionary, you will find something, right? But what it really means is the sense and notions you got in your mind and actively never shows up. This is something which never actively shows up. There's a reason it's subconscious. See, it never shows up in your conversations or reaction. This is such a powerful element that controls your life and you never seem to even know about it. For example, a day job. You know, the day job is something which a family wants you to do. And the shocking fact and the stats are that 79%, all right, 79% of people don't want to work for others, but they still do it. They still do it continuously all their life. You know why? Because it's the subconscious which is controlling it. Okay, so okay, tell me one thing. How many times have you felt or said to yourself that the day I start earning money, or more money than my boss, or the day I start earning a living by doing something on my own, I will kick my boss and I will just walk away from my office or my site or wherever you work. But have you thought that how will you achieve that goal? If you're not living your job, if you're not trying to actually build something up yourself, how are you going to achieve that dream? You think that really by working for like 12 or 14 hours in at a day job, when you come back to your home, you start trying to do something yourself with the fear in your mind about what's going to happen tomorrow in your day job. Do you really think you'll be able to make this thing happen? See, I'm not advocating living your job or anything of that sort. All I'm trying to tell you over here is you need to understand what you want. That is very important, and that will give you the strength to do whatever you want to do. I mean, when I started out, I used to work for 14 hours, I said, right? But I just got to know, I got to realize that I'm not going to do this my entire life, and that's what changed my life. So what I did, well, I spent more time. I almost got insomniac. I mean, I worked late at night. I used to sleep for 2 to 3 hours, but I was happy because every single minute I was spending on building my business, I knew that I am moving towards the freedom I want. Okay, so I was not fighting with my subconscious anymore. I was letting my subconscious do whatever it needs to do because I know that it was doing good for me. Okay, so this is one thing. The thing is, the subconscious has been hard-coded in your mind. Now, when I say hard-coded, it means that your subconscious is something which builds up automatically in the back end, right? And it totally depends upon what you see, what you've learned in your life, what's going around you, or what you're going through, and many of the things like that. Okay, now this is very classic example of subconscious mind, because if I ask you up front that do you like your job, you'd probably say yes, despite of having all that I just mentioned above about a day job and about not pursuing what you really want to do. Despite of having all this in your subconscious mind, you will still say that you like your day job. Well, it's not your fault because, like I said, it's hard-coded. See, we are taught to slave to save. Yes, it's slaving to saving. And do you know that this mentality actually makes you go broke in this process? I mean, do you really think saving money and not investing that money on something you really want to do or you really want to pursue is gonna make your future secure? Well, I don't really think so. Really, I don't think so, because see, people fear to even give a try to their dream because they think that if they lose, what would happen? Okay, and let me tell you something about this accepted failure. If you lose your job today, you will just tell yourself that, alright, 10 others were also kicked out of the job, so probably that was my fate, and probably I should just go and try in another company or something, something like that. And this is what an accepted failure is. Okay, well, I know this. I know this because I've been through that, right? When I used to work a job for someone else, I mean, everything every negative thing that used to happen with me or people around myself, I used to just accept that as if, that's the part of the big picture. I mean, this is a very good thing in one way because I was being optimistic, but in a wrong industry. I was being optimistic in a wrong direction altogether. I was accepting that failure, and I was not working on actually getting rid of that situation, or of that. I was not ready to just get out. I was not ready to just break free. That was the whole thing. And this is what a layer of accepted failure is all about. All right. Let me tell you. When you say that everything is fine with job, you are lying. You're lying to yourself. So you need to take control of your life. All right. It's really very important. You need to actually understand what your life is and what you need to do. See, you got to be brave, because it's not fine at all. Have you heard about job terminators? These are the people who actually just walk in and they tell you that you're not in this company anymore. Okay, now this is how the whole thing is. All right, see, when you are saving money, when you think you're saving money, right? What happens when the value of dollar or whatever the currency of your country is drops? And it's not hypothetical. It really happened, right? I mean, like 1 or 2 years ago, when recession hit the entire world, the value of money dropped. The people who were saving money, I mean, were they able to do anything with the money they saved? No, because the cost of living increased. The buying power decreased, and a lot of different things. I mean, this is the whole scenario what happened. And people who actually invested in what they wanted to do in their life are really happy, because they got that peace of mind that they were actually investing on something which they loved, and they were enjoying each and every bit of what they were doing all the time. So there's no looking back for those people. And people who were slaving day in and day out to save money for a better future were all frustrated, because when they looked back, they found they just slaved to save this money, which they're not even able to spend right now anymore for that kind of luxury, which they always could have afforded, but they never did, because they wanted to save it. They want to save, and I'm not advocating on not saving money or anything of that. So all I'm saying is, you need to take control of the situation in your own hand and go ahead and just play with it. And job terminators, they're nothing but the people who are just gonna hand you a measly check, which actually has been given to them by your company, and they're gonna just come to you and they're gonna say, sorry, but we don't have the position that you're on right now, and it's not available anymore, and you can leave your cabin now with this compensation. People fear to even give a try to their own dreams, because they think it takes a huge amount of courage. You know what? The amount of courage and hard work it takes for you to succeed is the exact amount, all right, is the exact same amount that it takes to go broke. This is, I don't know, I mean, this could be something which you have never ever heard from anyone, but anyway, this is a truth. Okay, so it's so depressing, all right, because people fear to even give a try to their dreams, because they think that, hey, I'm making it barely anyways right now, so what if I lose the $100? Wow, I mean, it's my rent, or maybe 1 month's grocery or something like that. See, how do I know this? Well, I know this because I have been there myself. It's so depressing, because we're taught to go broke and never even have the courage to pursue our dreams. But the shocking fact here is that we can just deal with it like we deal with any other thing in our life. All right. Now, when I said that it takes the exact amount of courage and hard work what it takes for you to succeed, and that is the exact amount of energy and the hard work it actually takes you to go broke, that is true. It's just simple and plain mind game. People would do 2 to 3 jobs at the same time, working their bums off, and at the same time they will still be struggling to meet the needs and pay bills, and working so hard and making rich people even richer just because they don't have confidence in themselves. All right, think about this for a second. All right, why would someone pay you if they're not making any money from your work? Have you ever thought of that? See, because this is the truth. This is the truth about working for someone else. Okay, and if you think that you are not good enough to earn money on your by yourself, then why do you think, or why do you even expect someone else to hire you to get their job done by paying you? So the thing is, if you are getting paid by a boss to do something for him, then you could do the same thing for your boss's client directly. This is a very, I mean, this might sound very simple, and many of you might be maybe frowning at me, saying that, hey, this is very easy to say, but that never happens, all right? Because if I'm working for a multi-billion-dollar company, then they have some all kind of setup, they have all kind of resources, they have all kind of clients. Now, from where the heck I'm gonna get the same clients, and how I'm gonna get the things? See, here is where the courage comes into picture. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. All right, it's not just about preaching, because I'm a living example of that. Okay, so I left a corporate job and I'm now making full-time income right from within my home. And like I said at the very beginning, I had no prior experience about marketing or anything of that sort, but I simply believe in myself, and I'm here where I am right now. Okay, now you can actually leverage what you do already, because like I said, if you're working for someone else to make them richer, then you can work for yourself to make yourself richer as well. Okay, now, like we already discussed about where the hell is the money, I mean, where exactly are you even going to start doing your own business or anything of that sort? Well, we will actually talk about this. It's not that difficult, because there are a lot of different things nowadays. You don't really have to spend money if you don't have any at this point of time. You just have to invest time till you have money. Okay, you just have to leverage on time. There are latest advertising methods, and they are free and easy. All right, might sound very common or very cliche, but yes, free advertising methods like Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, they work. Okay, they work because, see, you don't need 1,000 people in your list, or you don't need 100 million 100 million clients like your present company has got, because because your company has to feed 500,000 employees, but you just have to feed yourself and your family. So don't look at things in the negative way, all right? Because you just need few people, all right, as your clients, because you can serve them directly and charge them half of what anyone else charges. Because there are a lot of different things. There's like setup costs and the taxes and many of the things which actually, and obviously if your boss is paying you like 1,000 or $1,000 for a job, then your client is actually paying 3,000 to your boss, and this reason the boss is taking the 2,000 and giving you 1,000. So if you get in touch with that particular client, tell them that, hey, you know what, you don't have to spend the 3,000 bucks because I know what I'm doing. So I can do that, and this is not undercutting it's not being dishonest, or it's not breaking the trust of your boss or your company or anything of that sort. See, all I'm trying to say here is that you have to believe in yourself, and you can start something on your own on a small scale, relatively smaller scale, and you can still succeed, and that will give you a peace of mind. Right? See, that's the whole thing, what I wanted to tell you. But again, don't misunderstand me, don't take it the wrong way, don't jeopardize your career just by breaking up, just by leaving a job or anything of that sort. All I'm saying is just believe in yourself. Sit down with a paper and pen, just go ahead with a notepad and a pen and write what you can do. Just start writing what you do right now in your day job if you already got one, and how you can actually do it yourself without the expensive resources which you might already have set up in your present company. If you don't work a day job already, if you don't have a job right now, then that's even better. You know why? Because you have a clean mind right now. You don't have to think about what you do and how you can leverage on that. You just need to think that what you are, what you love to do. All right, because there is whatever you love to do, and how this could help other people. I mean, if you can like paint, then you can just make paintings for people. I mean, if you can do crafting, you can probably do that for people. If you're good at if you have a great voice, then you can probably do voiceovers for so many people on the internet. I mean, they will pay you big money. I mean, I would have paid someone over $1,000 to actually create this video course and give their voice. But like I said, this is not that kind of video, right? But I have paid, when I create video courses. I just need, someone to actually do the voiceovers for me, right? And I pay them huge money. So this is possible, guys. I mean, if you don't have a job, if you're not working a day job, if you think that you don't have any skills that you can leverage upon, then sit down and think again. Because I bet that you have something in you which can make you which can make you rich, which can make you money, which can give you peace of mind, which could get you freedom. Now, like I said, this course is not about making money online. That's the reason I'm saying that this is actually going to get you peace of mind in any form whatsoever. Okay, now it's pretty nice then. We're gonna cover certain other things from the next videos. This particular video is way longer than other videos we got. All the videos are like pretty much nugget sized. I made them bite sized so that you can you don't get bored or anything of that sort. It's not a how-to video where I'm gonna show you things which is happening. It's more of you sitting and basically listening to me and seeing the bold headlines right on the screen, because that's how the whole thing is. But it's gonna be really very beneficial, and I can promise that for sure. Thanks a lot for watching. See you very soon in the next one. Take care.